Hello everyone, Mindavu here, back with another quest item tutorial. This time we are in Snake Gully, and Snake Gully is very small. It's pretty much just this little green area right here, and that's it. Because all of this is Hunter's Thicket, and even up in here, a lot of this is Hunter's Thicket too. And then you've got Rainbow Hills and Rockfall Hills, so this is going to be a pretty short one. You've got some basic quests in here. Flowers and button mushrooms, there's a flower delivery quest, which we have not covered yet. And then there's also tiger nuts. Those are going to be your primary quests in this area. Now, I have the flower and button mushroom quest, but I'm going to show you what a tiger nut looks like. It's this thing right here. One of its giveaways are these little green sprouts. But the other one is, depending on the version of the game you're playing on, because they know that on at least a Switch, I think some of these bushes disappear. You're going to look for these bushes right here. This is the tell on how to find tiger nuts. Wherever these are, you will find tiger nuts, and they appear in clumps of 9. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start questing. Make sure I'm... Yeah, okay, I wanted to make sure I was actually recording. I was like, wait a minute. Did I actually hit the button? So, because this whole place is a wide open area, the flowers and button mushrooms can sometimes be a little bit more spread out. This right here is that red ginger I was talking about. They only spawn in clumps of 3, but for the flower collection quest, they'll do good. They also do good for flower delivery quests. Here we go. Here's some yarrow. So, like, whenever you got to that 24 out of 25 on the flowers and you can't find the last flower, if there's red ginger in your area, you can go ahead and just grab one of those, and then it will count towards your quest. It's very helpful. Oh, pardon me. Didn't mean to make that nasty noise in the mic. Now, if you're someone like me who plays on a lot of modified servers, there are some dinos that have been modified that just make questing so much nicer. So much nicer. So the flowers, like I've said, will usually spawn in these grassy areas. The button mushrooms can as well, but sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they will clump up under trees like that one in areas like this. Other times you'll just find them out in the open, and you will mistake them for flowers, going, oh, that's not what I need. And then when you need these, you will be looking for flowers. And these do spawn in clumps of 9, so three clumps is usually all you need for any quest that involves 25. Because you won't finish that final clump. So now we have flowers for the hive. Okay. So in Snake Gully, this can be a little bit of an issue, because you see that red circle right there? That is what's telling us where to take the flowers. So it's that tree right there. In Snake Gully specifically, it's across the water. And even though this is freshwater, things do like to lurk in here. Now again, I'm on single player, so I don't have to worry about that, but in general, you're going to want to find some way to be able to cross this safely. And there's a couple ways you can do it. If you're small and nimble like me, this platform is usually pretty good, because that speed boost plus that jump gets you across nicely. But if you're bigger, it can be a little bit more of an issue. So let me go ahead and show you some of the safer ways to cross. It's going to take me a little bit to get there, because I can't quite jump that high. And sometimes safely crossing means you have to leave the region that your quest is in. Thankfully, the quest timers are, I think, about 1 minute and 30 seconds, so as long as you get back within that time, you're fine. So if you go up here, and this is a safe way back toward the stuff. Okay, this pine tree right here. Everybody hates this pine tree right here. You'll come across a few of these in the forest, and they just dead stop you. Even like, there's collision right there. Even right here at its teeny rinky tip, there's collision in here. Like, I can't jump because of the collision. Like, it's absurd. I hate this thing. So just be on the lookout for it. Just because you see a fallen tree does not mean you can just run over it. See, and here's another one. And not every dino can jump, so just be aware of that. Alright, so again, small creature, I should be able to just jump across. So, running start, speed boost. There we go. Not perfect, but better than swimming if you're worried about getting grabbed or bitten. So if you're a bigger dino, another way to cross over is going to be down here. You can go across these rocks right here. And if you're not too concerned, this stretch of water right here where my face is pretty shallow. You can see it drops off real quick, So there is still a danger of getting grabbed, but this is a good way to go back and forth to that site for the flower delivery without getting immediately grabbed. So now we're going to actually do the quest. And typically where people will cross the most is going to be where I'm going. And all the semi-aquatics know this. That's why I'm trying to show you guys a couple of safe ways to go. Another safe way to go is up into Hunter's Thicket, actually. Let me see if I can get there. Because I don't have quite as much stamina because I've been jumping around. Nothing will drain your stamina quite like jumping multiple times. Boing. It's not so bad the first time, the second time. Usually by that third time it starts to really kind of get to you. So I'm going to go ahead and get me some stam. Whenever you need stamina on a server, sit first. Never lay down unless you are 100% alone. Because even just sitting, I would take more damage than usual than if I was standing. And then, of course, if you lay down, you will take 4 times the damage if something attacks you. Alright, remember what I said about red ginger? This does count as a flower. So I'm going to pick this up. And before I go the normal way, I will show you the other safe place to cross. You're going to come up here. You will breach into Hunter's Thicket. But it's right over here. Right over here. Like, I know this looks kind of scary, but if you come here, you can cross this, and you can't... There's no deep water right there. I'm not even sure this counts completely as water. Yeah, see, because I should be swimming right now. So you can just cross this bit right here, and then come back around to the other side. Don't do what I did if you're big. Because there's a ramp right there. And then this gets you to the delivery tree. Ah, rock. Now, if you're a little guy like me and there's something hunting you, and it's big but fast, there is a place you can escape to. So first we're going to take a... Before I get into that, though, first we're going to deliver the flower. All delivery quests will be, for the flower specifically, there will be a beehive. That's why it says flowers for the hive. You are delivering to these guys. And you don't have to get too close. Sometimes you have to get right up on the tree. But for this little guy, you can just... There, I'll show you. See, it says drop. And then if I get close, it says deliver. And there we go. That's 1 out of 5. And these quests are a pain, but they are worth a lot of marks. And they're usually worth a decent amount of growth as well. So like I said, if you're a little guy like me and being chased by something that's big but also fast, you can just duck in here. And this is an actual cave. These are actual caves. They're quite helpful. They're great for us little guys. There are some other little guys that can follow you in here, but a lot of things can't. Like, a lot of things can't. So, that's a good thing to be aware of if you're ever being pursued, and then you can just hang out in there until they leave, or if they want to camp you, you can just safe log, play another dino, and then come back later. You'll lose your quest if you do that, but your dino will be safe. So now I'm going to do what us little guys typically do, and just cross, like, over here. Ugh, okay, that's not quite ideal. Oh, there is another easy way for little guys to cross. And that's right here. This can be a pain in the neck to cross as a big thing, especially if you don't jump. And that's because of this gap right here. Like, sometimes if your dino was long enough, you can run off of that ledge and still make it here. Other times you can't. And the struggle to get to the other side will usually get you ganked if there's something in this water. So now we're going to get more flowers to deliver. The only other unique quest you'll get in this area will involve the Waystone, and I'll go over that once we get there. Because we're going to do this flower quest first. Now, you can pick up stuff while walking. I don't think you can pick it up while sprinting. Or at least not all of the dinos can do that. But it can be done, and that's helpful when you're just kind of in a hurry. Oh, I did not cross the correct area. Yeah, if you're on a server doing this quest, don't do what I just did. Unless there's nobody on. In case you're ever wondering if anybody's on, you just click social. Oh, hey, nobody's on. It's just me. It'll tell you in the bottom right here, too, how many players there are. So you can see why this quest is just a little bit of a pain, because I have to... There's not that many flowers to get, but because I have to go back and forth across this water all the time, it's just It's just annoying. That's really all it is it's just annoying. And none of the flowers are on this side of the tree. None of them. Like, you simply will not find that. No, I want clear weather, thank you. Keep in mind that command I just used only works on single player or if you are an admin in a server. You can't just do that randomly. This is just so that I can make everything clear and easy for you guys to see while I do these quest finding tutorials. Yeah. Hopefully these videos can also help my friend Pansky, because I am often his resource beacon when it comes to us questing and growing new dinos, because he's like, Mom, I can't find this, and I'm like, it's over here. And it's not that he's blind. I just don't think he quite knows some of the same tricks that I do. Because whenever I've taught him some of these tricks, he's like, oh yeah, I can find that. So he's not unintelligent or anything. He just doesn't quite have good luck with quest items. I want to go this way because I'm tired of getting wet. And then let's see. If I launch myself here? Yeah, that's better. I'm still wet, but it's not quite as bad. It's really the crossing the river that makes this specific delivery quest obnoxious. And if you're a dinosaur that's slow, usually, like, if your time is valuable and your dinosaur is slow, just go somewhere else when you get this quest. It's a pain. You can see how long this is taking. Like, even with me no longer showing you, hey, here's a safe place to cross, there's a safe place to cross. It's taken a while because it's just one of those quests that's a pain in the neck to complete. And it's only a pain because of this river. And because there are 0 flowers on the other side. And it's also because there's no flowers that are close by to this location in Rainbow Hills or Hunter's Thicket. So you have to do it this way. Because there are some ways you can kind of cheat quests. And it has to do with knowing where the resources are. For example, if there were flowers in... like, I know there's flowers in Hunter's Thicket. But those flowers are usually down here. Or, like, way over here somewhere. And that's way too far away to get to this delivery tree and still have the quest be up. Because your quest runs out in 1 minute and 30 seconds. It used to be that quests lasted for 4 minutes. Which would be nice in this scenario, but in most scenarios it was a pain in the neck. Because you would decide to skip an area because there were too many dinos and you just wanted to grow. But then you'd have to wait about 5 minutes for all your quests to die down so that you could start again. And on official servers, that was just such a pain. It was such a pain. I'm very glad that they decided to reduce the default amount of time that a quest needs to 1 minute 30 as opposed to 4 minutes. It was so irritating. It was very irritating. Okay, that's better. I still have 1 more flower. I thought it was at 4. I checked. Nope, this is 4. So you can understand now why a lot of people don't like this quest. It used to be, when the game first dropped, that you could pay marks to get rid of a quest. Like, you could pay like 500 marks and just get a different quest. But they took that out of the game, and I'm not quite sure why. I guess because the idea was to collect marks, and that just felt counterintuitive. But I would love to be able to trade out some of my quests sometimes, because I don't like this quest. But that's okay. There's some places where this quest is very easy. For example, in Grand Plains, this is a very easy quest. But in places like Snake Gully, and I think there's one other flower delivery location. I'm not sure. But there are other delivery quests that you can get. And yeah, like in Grand Plains, it's not so bad, but in here it's just kind of awful because of all the running around you have to do to get past this stupid river. Oh, I'm gonna drown if I do that. My jump did not take. Oh dear, hang on. Stamina is important. Stamina is very important. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna sit now. And look at this. The sun is starting to set. You can see how long it's taken me just to do this one quest. Like, you'll see the amount of marks it gives. It gives a good amount of marks. That's what makes this quest worth it. But it, like I said, it also depends on your time and investment. If you don't have the time to sit here and do this, especially if your dino can't jump like mine, or you don't have a very quick way across, or you're not semi-aquatic, this can take pretty long. This can take a while. And this can also be a group quest, in which case you are delivering 10 flowers. So it's a little bit of a pain. But you're about to see what kind of rewards you can get from it. And this being the second quest in this area was just, I was hoping it would be like the last quest. There you go. See, 151 marks, and it's only 51 because I don't quite know how to set up the quest reward thing in single player settings to match some of the official stuff. I did it as best I could, but it's slightly off. So usually that's like 150 marks, which is decent. That's very decent. And then if you get the group quest one, especially if your friend allows you to do the entire quest, you can make bank on that quest. So it's a pain in the neck, but it's worth it. Now I've got flowers and button mushrooms again because this area only has like 3 quests. So sometimes you will get that same one just like we did over in Rockfall Hill. Ugh. I can't swim, I'm just a little guy. Now, there are some button mushrooms on that island back there. I ran past them, but I didn't feel like questing over there and then coming back over here, so I'm just going to do the whole quest over here. And hopefully it will give me the tiger nut quest next. Alright, I'm going to do this. This is, again, this is only a command you can use if you're an admin or if you are in single player. And this is just so that you guys can see, easier. That's it. And again, take from the ginger, and that's the flowers. I think I saw some button mushrooms down here, because I was looking around like, wait, where are the button mushrooms? I could have sworn I saw some. Because I was looking back that way, and I was like, oh, hey, there's some button mushrooms. Am I crazy? I could have sworn there were button mushrooms. Oh, I know where other button mushrooms are, so I'm just going to go there, because they have probably reset by now anyway. Usually when you get the tiger nut quest, which should be my next one, if it gives me the flower delivery one again, I'm just going to stop. But usually you're collecting 25 tiger nuts, just like you're collecting 25 of almost everything else. Alright, shrooms, they should be down here, because we collected them, yep. And you can see all 3 piles have fully rejuvenated, because we've been here long enough for that. These are the exact same piles I was getting earlier in the video. I think what I might start doing is speeding up some of the collection bits of the quest so that my videos can still be short and to the point. Like, I've got no problem with slightly more long-form content, but I'm trying to be like, hey, this is where you find stuff. And then it's just like 5 minutes of me grabbing an item. Ah, there we go, tiger nuts. Okay, remember what I said about those bushes? This is where I'm going to look for my tiger nuts. And sometimes they're in the bushes too, like you'll wander through and it'll highlight all of a sudden. But these bushes are usually where the tiger nuts are. In this area they can be a little bit finicky, but in most areas tiger nuts are around these bushes specifically. Alrighty. Of course they're gonna make a nope, it's gonna make a liar out of me now that I'm on this quest. But that's okay. We'll find. See, here we go. That bright green tuft, that gave it away. It used to be these things didn't have that bright green popping out of the top. And it was very frustrating because there were also lychee nuts that you could collect in quests. And these 2 items looked very similar. There was a vague textural difference. It was nuts. And if you play on the Panjura map, you'll probably still get the chance to see some lychee nuts. But they do not exist on Gondola, which is fine. The items are just way too similar. Way too similar. There we go. Now I just need one more pile, and we're good. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. Like I said, not all of these bushes will have them, but they do spawn near these bushes. So checking these bushes is always a good way to get your tiger nuts. I believe this area is also part of Snake Gully too. So yep, here we go. See? This bush, these nuts. Ta-da! And we are finally done with Snake Gully. Now, I will go ahead and quickly cover the Waystone quest. Now, you don't always get this quest. A lot of servers have this quest turned off, but in official servers, the Waystones can, like, you use them once to bring somebody to you, and then you have to replenish it because it is quote-unquote run out of power. So we're gonna head up to the Waystone so I can show you what it looks like. And you hear that? That is how you know what mushrooms to grab. So you will, when you are replenishing a Waystone, you listen for this noise. Now, the Waystone will also make that noise, but it'll be deeper. And you'll pick one of these up, and then head to the Waystone. In this particular case, the Waystone is up and around. Ow. Sometimes getting to the Waystone is a little bit of an issue, too. There you go. Now, you hear that? Hear how much deeper that is? Now, just like with the flower delivery quest, you'll pretty much come up here and deliver the mushroom. Now, because I don't have this quest, I can't do it. And you are going to want to be careful. You don't want to stick your face in it to try to deliver, because then it'll just prompt you to use the Waystone. So you're going to want to kind of, like it says drop, you're going to want to watch that and then just kind of slowly approach until it says deliver. And that's what you'll do. And this is true of every Waystone. It's going to be the same quest item and the same method of delivery, no matter where the Waystone is. You just have to listen for the higher pitched version of this noise, and that'll help you find the mushrooms. Plus they're glowy, and they're a little easier to spot at night because they glow. So hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully this was not quite so long. And I'll see you guys in the next video.